Fieldhouse here in Indianapolis. I'm Zachary Swiecicki alongside Zach Manning, covering the women's basketball tournament for Impact 89 FM WDBM. Big Ten women's basketball tournament, Michigan State gets the upset win over Michigan 74-64, number 6 seed over the number 3 seed. They advance to the semifinals to face number 2 seeded Maryland Terrapins tomorrow night probably around 8 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. It's just second straight game. The Spartans had 4 scores in double figures. A different mix tonight.
Yeah, Victoria Gaines and Jenna Allen kind of stepped up for the Spartans. Reimer and Agee didn't have their best games, but Victoria Gaines kind of hitting the glass, getting 3 offensive rebounds, getting those easy putbacks, and Jenna Allen kind of stepping outside, having a little flavor in their game, hitting some jumpers.
The one thing our bigs can do, that's sort of probably what they do best, to be honest, Jenna and Taya and Kennedy, Coco too. So, you know, we have a few sets where we try to run them off a little pin down or off a cut or whatnot. And, you know, when Jenna hits her first one, you're almost sure you better run a few more. Then the way they were guarding the post, we felt also if we threw it in there, they were doubling early in the game. So we put Jen at the high post and she was able to knock down a few of those shots too.
Tori Jankowska may be robbed of Big Ten Player of the Year, but she comes in. She only has 14 points, 10 points through the first half, only scored 4 points in the second half. Victoria Gaines, as you mentioned, leading scorer, 18 points, and she talked about what she needed to do, step up today.
You know, I just use my height and size and advantage, just being aggressive on offense, driving the ball, and it just clicked for me.
Susie Merchant talked about how Michigan State had the better and deeper bench in this game. That really showed in the final box score, 25 of 70 from the field as a team. And then you look at the big three, 24 of 59 from the field.
Yeah, Kaiser Gondruzic, Caitlin Flaherty, and Hallie Thome really the only ones scoring for Michigan. Then you look at Nicole Munger, the only other player on Michigan's team with a field goal, and that really hurt them in the game because when the big three's not going, Michigan's not going.
Yeah, and they struggled. Like I said, Flaherty only had 5 points in the second half. Jankowska also struggled, only 4 points. But Michigan State's bench was what lifted them over the top.
They have a very deep bench. They play their 5 starters almost the entire game, and you know, sprinkle in a kid or two. So we really felt like if they were going to keep that pace, we were going to win the game.
Michigan had some good looks. Like we said, 25 of 70. That's only 38% from the field. So they thought they had enough looks, but they just couldn't get them to finish.
I think we got great looks, so we just missed shots. I mean, sometimes it just happens. Moving forward, we definitely need to find a way to keep scoring when that does happen, but I think we got great looks and we just couldn't knock them down today.
But I thought there was a stretch. I mean, in the second half, we really got good looks. We just didn't get them to fall, and I think part of that is the pressure of the situation. Part of that is Michigan State, for sure. They're bigger bodies, they're aggressive bodies. We were getting bumped and banged around, and that, you know, definitely weighed on us, for sure.
Michigan State, 19 assists on 26 made field goals, something Susie Merchant always preaches. They also shot 17 made free throws of their 21. A big difference in this game, getting the line and out shooting Michigan at the line.
Yeah, Michigan only 10 free throws, and Michigan State got there 21 times. Michigan just didn't seem that aggressive, chucking up a lot of three-pointers, and Michigan State way more aggressive getting the line, going to the basket.
Yeah, 2 of the players that scored in double figures last night, Taryn McCutcheon, Taya Reimer, both held in check today, but they both led in their respective categories. McCutcheon with 7 assists, Reimer with 9 rebounds, and that's what they need going forward is a total team contribution.
Yeah, Taryn McCutcheon really didn't get anything going in the points category, but she was setting up her teammates really well. And Reimer, not a big threat on the offensive end, but really boxing out Hallie Thome and really getting those defensive rebounds, getting the Spartans out in transition.
Michigan State moving on to the semifinals to face Maryland, the number 2 seed in the tournament. That's, of course, a rematch of last year's Big Ten championship game where Michigan State kind of got blown out late. And Michigan State's going to come into this game with a lot of revenge on their mind. They were standing on this very court last year, just having confetti rain down on them after losing the championship. So you know Susie Merchant's going to have the players ready to go. But Maryland, it's going to be a tough task. They're 9-0 versus the Spartans in this rivalry, I would say. Now it's a rivalry.
You know, I just think they're a well-oiled machine. They're deep, athletic. You know, got to handle their pressure. You know, the thing with Maryland, I think, and with us, is you just can't have stretches. You know, in 2 or 3 minutes, it's like it's a close game, and in 2 or 3 minutes, it's 12. You know, I think you saw that with Minnesota. So, I mean, every shot becomes important. If you want to beat them, you got to really be strong with the ball. You got to be able to make reads. They're athletic.
2 of the best teams in the Big Ten facing off tomorrow. What are the Spartans going to have to do to pull off the upset?
Yeah, I think the Spartans are going to have to hit the offensive glass. Minnesota was able to grab 19 offensive rebounds, get 22 second chance points against Maryland. So I think if Victoria Gaines and Taya Reimer can hit the glass, they can get some second chance points. They can kind of build a lead on Maryland. And then you look at secondary scores. Reimer and AG against Wisconsin. You look at Allen and Gaines today against Michigan. If Michigan State can get those secondary scores, they're a very dangerous team.
Michigan State, again, moving on to face Maryland, the number 2 seed. They're looking to continue their Cinderella story. Michigan State, the 6th seed in the tournament here in Indianapolis at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. We'll be back here tomorrow. 4 p.m. is the first game, Purdue versus Ohio State. 25 minutes after the conclusion of that game, Michigan State will take on Maryland. We'll be right behind the camera in press row covering the game. Zachary Swiecicki alongside Zach Manning for Impact 89 FM WDBM. Thanks for watching.